You have one that's sitting down in the ground.
I don't have a big presentation, I just have one picture. My name's Mary Lou Maple, and that's my husband. We did not meet in Vietnam. We were in the same place, but a year apart, and we did not meet until we came back to the United States and joined the Vietnam Veterans Group. But I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a sister, an aunt, and a nurse, and a rarity because I was one of the few women, American women, who were in Vietnam. I was an Army nurse. I was there from 1967 to 1968. And if you didn't see me when you were there, so some of these veterans didn't, that was a good thing. That meant that you did not get hurt, you were not ill. Because we did not go anywhere but stay right in the hospitals. We were not allowed to go out of the compound. Well, there were no malls or anything to go to anyway. So what we did was we worked 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, the occasional trip to the officers club or to somebody's PX. The Air Force had much better PX than the Army did, so I tried to go there. But other than that, that's what we did. We took care of the wounded, the sick, and we did not see the wounded for very long. They came in, they were treated, and we got them ready to go on to another facility, usually to Japan. But that's all I saw were sick and wounded for 1 year. So they're finding that a lot of the women, nurses, have a lot of psychological PTSD. You've read about it, it's a post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of us have that because unlike the guys who had breaks, we never did. That we never ran out of wounded, ever. But anyway, I brought this picture. Some of the things that are on it. First of all, it says that there were 265,000 American women who were in the military during the Vietnam War, though not in Vietnam. It also says up there were 10,000 American women in Vietnam, which somebody has done. Another thing, they did not keep track of this by gender, so they really were not sure how many of us there were. Somebody within the last 2 years has done a study, and there were 7,887 of us. They got it right down to the 7. I'm not sure why they did that, looked it up or figured it out, but that's the deal. So they have lowered the number that were in country. I don't know. I knew that you all had. Some of you were here just for the Vietnam course, so I did not know if you had been down to the wall. And I wanted to bring you the picture of the Women's Memorial, that if you stand where the wall comes together and you look straight across, that's where the Women's Memorial is. We fought for years and years and years to get recognition as women in Vietnam. But there was a gentleman on the Fine Arts Council who did not think that we deserved any kind of recognition at all, unless it was maybe a bench or something. He did not want us to have any kind of monument. Well, I don't know what happened to that guy, but after about 10 years of fighting, we finally got to the memorial. And if you go and you look at it, you'll see a statue of 4 people. There's 3 women and there's a man laying there. But actually it has a little more symbolism than that. There are 3 women. One is looking skyward, one is kneeling, and one is holding the wounded. The one kneeling is faith, the one looking skyward is hope, and the one taking care of the patient is charity. None of them have any kind of insignia on. There are no patches, there are no hats. Well, there's a hat, but there's nothing on the hat. There's no rank, there's nothing. And this symbolizes all of the women that were there, because it wasn't just nurses. We were most of them, but there were a few military women who were air traffic controllers. There were None of them that I ever heard of were secretaries. All the secretaries were the guys. They were the radars, if you ever watched the match. That's who did all of that. So the women really, there were some physical therapists. I never met a female doctor that was there. But there are a couple of groups of women who get absolutely no recognition at all. One of them is the Red Cross. The Red Cross had a large number of women that were there, and they were not behind locked doors like we were. They went out into the field, they went to the LZs, they went out and saw all of they traveled by helicopter nearly every single day. They were called donut dollies affectionately because they took treats and games and whatever. But rarely hear anything about them, and there were a lot of them there. The other group of women that were there were USO. There were a lot of entertainers that came there. They traveled in the same helicopters that everybody else did. They were under the same amount of danger as anyone else. Bob Hook brought a huge contingent when he came, and I never heard of anything happening to any of them, but few of those women and entertainers actually get very much recognition for being there. So anyway, that's my story, and it's nice to see you all.
Thank you, Professor Podolsky and Westchester for allowing me to be here. I didn't realize I came here to be sitting in the audience, but trying to fill you in. First of all, my name is Arthur Byrne. I'm the chairman of the Pennsylvania Veterans Museum, located in Media, Pennsylvania. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12 to 5. I hope you come down and visit us someday. Have the advertisement out of the way. So, I graduated from high school in 1966 at the age of 17. In October of 66, I enlisted in the Marine Corps at the age of 17. Down through boot camp in Paris Island, spent 10 months in communication school out in San Diego, California in 1967. By November 67, I was in Vietnam. I had my 19th and 20th birthday in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam from November of 67 to June of 69. When I got into Vietnam, I ended up with the 1st Marine Division, similar to the 1st Army with the Red One, but we had the Blue Diamond. It was one of the happiest times because my father was a Marine in the 1st Marine Division in World War II, so I was kind of following in his footsteps. I was in communications, assigned out to the 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines. We were 20 miles southwest of Da Nang. I spent the entire time 20 miles south, approximately 20 miles southwest of Da Nang, moving around in different areas. We were one of the southernmost Marine units in Vietnam, and we were like the our TAOR, or Tactical Area of Responsibility, was to the southwest section of Da Nang, in the airstrip of Da Nang. We were the defenses for that. I traveled over by airlines. I traveled over, I had leave and went back because I extended for 6 months. And I traveled over every time with airlines. It was all commercial flights. I mean, it was booked. It was all military, but there were stewardesses. And you get over there, by time there, I was in living conditions varying from tents, as you saw there. I lived in a cave for a few weeks. Sometimes it was just completely outside. One of the biggest hardships outside of getting shot at and stuff was I spent several weeks where we were out and water was rationed. We were to live on 3 canteens worth of water a day. That was for drinking and hygiene. And then there was another time we were down, I was down at an airstrip, Panwa, and they had showers there. They had hot showers that the Seabees had built, and that was like heaven. You know, actual shower with a shower head and a concrete floor. The food